game again, better than the previous game, but it's greedy to play PL Alk into
Yeah.
all these aggressive heroes.
If
So
Tani does hit that stun, then you're in real trouble.
yeah, they probably want some higher tempo on this last hero to compensate for Alchemist's greed.
Either that or this is actually, in fact, Jakiro pickup.
It could be Jakiro mid.
Yeah.
It could still be that.
And then the Alchemist Phoenicia.
And then you would last pick Puppy's hero.
Yeah.
But but if you're doing that, the last pick hero needs to be really good for the game, right? Like the support, in order to justify fifth picking a support, it needs to be one of those games like, wow, we got them with this hero. For example, last picking an AA. And one of the heroes that the enemy team thought was support is actually core, and now you have AA against Huskar, or something like this, right?
I would like a Silencer, actually. That would be kind of nice. Always messes up with Ancient Apparition hitting his Ice Blast.
Sure, Silencer's fine. I could agree with a Silencer pick this game. It's all right. Maybe another setup stun, though, would be nice, so Lina has a bit more friends to play with. Currently, their only reliable good stun is Beastmaster Roar.
What are we going to get? It's a Leshrac, so...
It's another stun.
It is. And it looks like they'll push, mid one onto Leshrac and Puppy's Jakiro.
Yeah. High tempo hero, right? Hero that is strong, can fight early, can take towers, make space for Alchemist.
Yeah.
They got
so much D-push. Like, Team Secret can just evaporate every single creep wave from range.
Yep. That's also true.
Yeah. And they get to play the vision game thanks to Zaya's Beastmaster. I always feel the scarier thing too is having like a player like Yapso. We were talking about him like in game 1, where he always gets this huge amount of farm. We saw FY's Lina earlier today as well, just getting a huge amount of farm. It's like, okay, well, we've got every combination that we need. But it's just having the Kaya, having the early Ags, like there was no way that Enigma could survive in the earlier series of mineski. And Yapso can do the same type of thing in this game. Quick nuke, move on.
Thinking about if there's something crazy Mineski can do with the lanes here. The heroes have been picked. It's a core ogre, it's a support invoker, and it's a support AA, as expected. Do you aggro tri-lane this Alchemist? Do you even think it's mid? That's the other thing. Alk could go mid against Tiny. And then you can't do your aggro stuff onto the Alk. And you could put Leshrac side lane with Jakiro Lina, for example, or with only one of them. I wonder what they're going to do. And I wonder what Mineski think they're going to do. They might have to scout with a smoke or something to try to get information out here.
But how would Mineski change up their lanes? Like, every time they do something like this, like, it's going to be KP off, it's going to be Ragey Potato with him, Nico and Ninja in the safe lane, and Moon in mid. Like, it doesn't feel like they can change up their lineup that much that's going to give them a better advantage.
Yeah, I think the Tiny is going to stay mid pretty much no matter what.
Yeah.
But among the other 4 heroes, there are a couple of options for what you can do. Since Ogre is really good at just being fat on his own, he doesn't need other people to help him eat, then you can put tri-lanes and leave this Ogre alone. You could tri-lane with the Ogre, which he's really strong at too. Or you could just do 2-1-2 lanes, right? Let's see. So, what did he buy on Alk? He bought side lane items. It will be a Leshrac mid.
I'll help my
So everything will be standard from Team Secret, but they're smoking out to put down their wards again. Especially, it's like how they send mid one out to put down the Observer ward.
I love this Wraith King Invoker voice line interaction. It was actually pretty funny.
This to memory.
They just got crushed in the last game, and Wraith King's like, I'll help my weak and puny allies where I can. And Invoker will remember.
Oh, they see Nisha, so Mineski gets some information. Ragey Potato's holding the Observer ward for the moment. Yeah, you just keep invoking Ragey Potato.
Yeah, now they know it's a side lane Alk. So now they have the information. What do you want to do with it? You're going to aggro him with 3. You're going to split 2-1-2. Are you going to do anything about your mid lane? Probably not. Tiny's already committed for that.
Whatever you should do, you should move down from this hillside. Puppy's moving over. They want to try and find a fight, but Ninjabugi as well as Nico will just stay backed up, and it will just be a straight 2-2 rune trade up. Welcome to the extra cash. Thanks to the greed. Puppy getting hit pretty hard. Raid Fire Blast, but Yapso's here too with the help of Zai. Puppy was just trying to bait him. He's got 740 HP. That's more than enough to survive anything Mineski was going to throw at him. And Nico running back as quick as he can. The creep wave won't help him.
But now he can't get to the lane.
Yep.
He needs to TP to get experience. They're gonna zone him off, force the TP.
He's even salving.
Puppy's already going top. And Nico did TP to the tower. So the lanes are set now.
Yep.
Mineski can't swap their Ogre and Wraith King if they wanted to anymore. And this, to me, this is a good lane for Alchemist. Like, Ogre, Invoker don't pose that big of a threat in the very early levels. Invoker's damage is not that great, although Bloodlust will help. And Jakiro can kind of mitigate a lot of the physical damage by just removing attack speed.
I like how he just walks over and body blocks the camp. Just holding his obs as long as he possibly can.
Puppy doesn't have a sentry though. He could actually commit it here.
He could, but right now it's not even required.
Yeah, it's good to keep it. Why not? Maybe he can use it somewhere else for a nighttime rune ward in mid, or maybe get in deeper and block an alchemist camp.
Yep. As long as you can body block it yourself, yeah. Get some extra information. But no one's rotating at all. Like, Moon and mid one will continue to beat the crap out of each other in mid. The bottom dual lane will remain the same. Difficult to get a full opening on. Like, Zai doesn't have a lot of burst damage to work with. That comes from Yapso, but they can turn the other way. Nico and Ninja Boogie get the cold feet trigger over on Lina. But they also don't have enough sustained damage just yet. Not while Wraith King's such low level. And KP's just there to tank up and farm up. Raging Potato did the same type of thing with full quas. That's a nice rune.
How convenient.
Yeah. It's like haste runes for Thompson.
Yeah.
They're always there when you need them. But the status quo does feel like it goes the way of Team Secret. Like, Nisha's just farming safe lane as Alchemist. You've got a decent CS score as well for the Beastmaster. Raging Potato getting pressured. Puppy and Nisha will force him out. But he's still got the 3 quas up. So 12 HP a second regen.
Hearing Alina stun, good harass. Yeah, they're running out of regen in the side lane. They have no healing salve. They have a couple tangos left only.
Zai. Just harass down, yeah, the Wraith King.
This is actually a pretty big problem bottom. They need the courier, but it's in use in mid. Am I imagining things, or do Mineski generally not start with healing salve in their side lanes that much? I feel like earlier today as well, it was a similar problem.
Between Mangos Tangos.
Yeah, they've run into lack of healing salves, I think, in a couple of their games that I can remember, and it's limiting them. Secret identify it, they play aggressively, and then that secures them free CS, because now there's nobody to contest it. This whole wave is going to get denied, while Nico is slowly tangoing up so he can lane.
Yeah, 6 charges won't be enough. Rage Potato being initiated on once again. KP going to keep the stun on Nisha. And away from the Invoker. Still just a little bit shy of the level 3 and being able to level up that quas. But KP's having a pretty good time. He's the #1 net worth for Mineski. If it wasn't for that recent creep wave that Zai was able to deny up.
Ogre top, stunning. Oh, cold snapping him as well, he will be fine. He has chainmail.
Still a good EMP. Makes it difficult for Nisha to spam out Acid Spray. Same thing for Chikuro with his Breathe Fire.
Yeah,
but if he needs it, he's still got a Mango.
I feel like Nisha should buy a magic stick in this game.
Ninja? Boogie? Is that actually... Yeah, that's First Blood. Zai is the one to actually secure it, but Yamsel did most of the work. Just ripping through him, and Nico has stun available, but just didn't want to throw. Thought maybe his hero was safe.
Mid lane.
Yeah, I don't know what Moon's looking for. Mid one will turn on the Edict, feeling things aren't quite right. But this top lane's probably the best lane for Mineski, with the way it's been going.
Yep.
There's good levels, there's KP having an influence, and normally that's a good sign for a Mineski lineup. That means like watching the rotations coming in from KP, and also the effectiveness of that 4-position Invoker. Like, that's something that Mineski will have to work with. The score's already looking better, like 1-0, 5 minutes in. That does feel like a ticking time bomb with Alchemist just farming up.
Yeah. Has Puppy had time to stack anything?
No, it's been
No,
blocked
not
up because they
just.
put the ward down a little bit later too.
Yeah. That one's blocked, and the entire jungle is also blocked. So yeah, they've done a good job at harassing Nisha. Puppy's in trouble.
Yeah, they know he's alone. Just getting the chain stuns out with the cold snap. Damage is pretty good. Quick tornado just resetting up a little bit more time. Stick charges will go to work. Ragey Potato, a lot of damage to the tier 1 tower. I think he's actually dead. But you'll still take the kill while on bottom lane. Yapsol moving away from Jabugi and Nico, but because they've used their abilities, now Yapsol just turns for the LSA, and Zai can finish the job. They can even just beat into the Wraith King, combining with the Axis. There's nowhere to hide. TP's coming in from the Invoker, hoping for maybe some kind of rebuttal, but Yapsol's already moving out. Low life, but alive. And mid one's helping Nisha farm. You'll take that too.
Yeah, it's an important stack for him. So what does he have on the courier? Has a bracer.
That should create so much space for Puppy on the top lane.
Levels on Jakiro are really good.
Oh, mid lane, EMP, working with the Avalanche toss. Tornado sends mid one up. One more attack will do it. Okay, maybe he actually has to require 3, but Moon does take the kill against mid one. Has been the greatest day for mid one. Even with like the wins of Team Secret, he's still always having a great time.
This is a really good rotation, by the way, from Mineski. It's what you want to do. Nighttime versus Catapult. Gank the mid guy and try to get the tower. You know the Alchemist doesn't really offer much of a presence right now, so you can overwhelm the opponent with numbers. They don't get the tower, but they got about 80% off it.
Sets him up for next time.
Yep.
And then they just go back into their lanes. KP still has not really been under any pressure on top lane. They can dive onto the tower if they want to. Because the creep wave was pulled off to the side, KP, he was prepping the stun, he lost vision to Puppy for a second. Ragey Potato didn't fully commit to making this move as well. And down on bottom lane, Yapsor getting caught out, so Moon going to work. And mid one, looks like he wants to do something about this top, taking out the stack, but now EMP burn. Very problematic for mid one. Lose a lot of mana, lose a lot of life. Tornado send him back up again. One more attack from Ragey Potato will do it. Bloodlusted up, he attacks so fast. And Puppy, not a lot he could have done. This is really good picks for mineski.
Yeah. Already 4 times as many kills as last game.
Yep.
Yeah, they're looking much better this time around because it feels like they can take initiative and play as a team and not just be on the receiving end of just getting, you know, beat down one at a time around the entire map. This time they can hold their ground. They know they're fighting against an Alchemist, which is obviously in the back of your mind the whole time. It's an Alchemist game. You need to get kills. You need to limit the map. But they already managed to get rid of the mid tower. It got denied, but it's a big pickup here 8 minutes on the path to contesting the Alchemist.
Yeah. And they need the map control for that. That's why these tier 1 towers need to fall.
Yeah, top tower is maybe next on the menu. They could try bottom as well with a major rotation, especially when AA gets level 6. They have the kill power and the vision to make dives. Oh, speaking of
Ragey
dives,
Potato, that's no man's. He doesn't even have an observer ward. He's just running up while we're mid. Avalanche toss goes on to mid one. Low line for him. Ragey Potato, good EMP right in the middle of the field. Raw from Zai, trying to keep everyone there, but they all back off from the EMP for the moment. Buying Moon some time. He's got toss available, plus the 7-1 charges. Avalanche will create a little bit of space. He'll just go for as much damage combo as possible, knowing he's dead. But I'm kind of wondering what Ragey Potato was thinking he was going to help with there. Like, it creates some space for KP up on top lane.
I think he was looking for information more than anything. Diving in behind, seeing if he can find. Ghost wall.
Nimbus, anyone bring detection?
No.
Yapsol doesn't have it. Why would Yapsol spend the money?
No, he won't. He needs items. Sorry, that was a bit of a tick from the old days. Don't worry about it, boys. Okay, 20 seconds until the runes. Let's see if... Okay, so Mineski have TP'd their tiny bottom, so he's already committed for this bottom area. And I don't know if he wants to even try for a rune himself. I think this could be bad, and he's not going to try. He's already too late. They will get the 2 top ones, though. 2 for 2 trade. Generally, Alchemist is happy with this. Obviously, it's amazing if you can get more, because you get more gold than everybody else, but you also acknowledge the fact that you're an Alchemist, so you're weak, so trading evenly is good.
Call Snap Tornado with the Avalanche Toss combo, and mid one shows he doesn't have a lot of life. And a regeneration rune for Moon too.
Honestly,
That's nice.
This is a concern with picking Leshrac that we didn't talk about. Leshrac against Tiny, it's one of those heroes that just blows you up in the early game. And I feel like perhaps Mid1 is a bit regretting what path he took with his itemization. I think when you're playing against Tiny, you want a raindrop, and you might want one bracer too. But with the couple of deaths that he's had, it's delayed severely in this game.
All TPs are coming in. Team Secret want to fight. The Roar is already out over on KP. Yapso will get the chain stun before anything can come in from the Ogre, but it's a good Ice Blast. Team Secret will not try and chase now that that's connected, but the tower was finished off by Nico.
Yep.
Or at least his minions.
That's fine.
They still count as Nico.
They lose an Ogre, but they get a tower. Good move overall.
Rune's trying to steal the camps, making sure there are no stacks for this Alchemist to farm up.
Look at the win expectancy of the game.
Really? This far in?
75%.
That's a lot higher than I thought it would be. When your golden experience advantage, it really isn't that much. And the advantage is, in fact, the way of Team Secret.
But you're against Alchemist, so he's expected to be ahead on gold. And you have a game where all three of your cores are having a good time, and your entire lineup scales very nicely. So mineski are in a very good position in this game.
Nice scan. They're throwing the Ice Blast. It's going to clip onto Zai. They don't have the easiest way to close the distance. And the Ignite unable to reach back. Yapsaw and Puppy smoked up. They want to try and move down through the tree line. There's so much support just around the corner from mineski. If Team Secret go this, they have to, again, blow KP up so quickly.
Even that might not be enough. Going on the Ogre could turn out to be a mistake. He's not the highest value target. He has a Midas. He doesn't have any big damage items or whatnot, but he's still relatively tanky. So you're killing a guy who, you know, is meant to tank and maybe get 1 or 2 spells off and that's it. And instead you give Tiny and Invoker a free fight. It's a little bit tricky. They do hold their tower for now, but look at how many resources they have to commit every time. Got like 3 or 4 heroes defending these towers, while mineski are free farming top with AA. They're running back into mid with Tiny.
At least Nisha's still free to do the jungle.
Nisha is free to do whatever he wants for now.
He's just got Radiance.
Yeah.
So that's already a great timing, 12 minutes in. Raging Potato, just looking to cause some problems for Zai, burning off every bit of mana he's got.
Did you know that's annoying when that happens to you?
I don't know, I've never been on the receiving end.
Really?
No.
That's because you're in the jungle with techies all the time.
That's because people...
So you don't see other heroes.
That's because people can't play Invoker in my MMR. That's the reason
Sure,
why.
I'll take that. Oh, did he just multicast Midas on 2 boars? Oh man, that's funny.
That's painful for Zai. Did you know that's annoying?
I have not had that happen to me. I have not had an Ogre multicasting my boars before.
I love this from Moon. He's got to stay away and let the Blink Dagger come up, and they're chasing after Nisha. Ice Blast flies forward. Avalanche needs to toss him as well to keep him in range, and goodbye Alchemist. It's a lot of farm time now down the drain for Nisha.
They almost mis-executed that because the camp was already farmed, so he was on his way out. They thought he was going to start farming it, but they got it just on the edge, connected that Ice Blast. And he might have lived if it missed, so important for them. Meantime, Leshrac gets a freebie. Ninja Boogie was a newbie. NB. I just say this is in my head. Hey, newbie! He wanted to ward, but got killed off by Leshrac. Yeah, you guys can't see this because on Toby's, which is what the audience is seeing, he has the...
I actually have the real name.
He has the real pro player names. For some reason, I have their pub names, and Ninja Boogie's pub name is NB, so it's like newbie. Okay.
Or out from Zai. There is no follow-up into KP. That's a nice long cooldown ability. Now going down as KP runs forward looking for his own target. Good observer in sentry. They drop their own sentry.
Mid one. In trouble.
Does Moon have enough?
Ice Blast is coming. He's going to farm this next incoming wave. He's super good. It is so nice for Tiny to play with AA for this exact reason. It's like a lot of heroes are in this threshold at this point where you can't completely solo them, but it's close. And with that Ice Blast, the team can be on the other side of the map and you can still find kills. Tiny will get both top runes, and mineski are also protecting their own, so that's a 3-for-1 trade and a core kill. Very nicely done. Sending Moon up there on his own.
Even more critical when you've got Nisha on the field. Like, this Alchemist, bounty runes are worth so much. But he's already back to farming up Ancients, farming up the camps, and he'll crack his 10k net worth in just a second.
Yep. Closing in on BKB as a second item. In this tournament, we've seen a lot of Radiance into AC. I think the BKB is the perfect choice in this game.
I think he understands just how much magical... They can, like, it seems they can get the jump before he might be able to get the BKB off. So is that still then a great choice?
You got to play around that. If that's the mentality, he can't buy anything, right? There's like no
Position
item
from
that's
Ninja
gonna solve
Boogie.
that. Oh,
He's just
hello.
like, what the hell are you doing here? Concoction can even get it off in time. The Ice Blast is able to connect and move with the Blink Dagger. Just jumps forward. Ninja Boogie's so low on life, but he's got enough distance to get away. Ice Path from Puppey creates some space and slowing down Moon. Puppey will be able to end that spree. And that's a big one. Slowing down the Tiny. A big snowball-style hero. At this point, you'll take whatever you can get.
You feel happy whenever you die a hero for Alchemist, almost always. It's like, it looks like this is a win for Secret because they get more gold, but you have to remember Alchemist is dead. So there's a lot of gold in the following 1 minute that is not being gained. And that means this is still a net loss for them. Despite getting 400 more for the kill.
Ragey Potato's asking for some help. Hey, Ninja Boogie, have you got an Ice Blast for me? Wait, what?
He misclicked and broke his Ghost Walk. He attacked him by mistake.
Okay. I was like, I was checking the Ancient Apparition just to make sure like Ninja Boogie looked like he was at least looking in that direction.
Complete a Spirit Vessel. On Invoker, he currently has 0 charges, but that's obviously a great item against the Alchemist. When BKB is over, he's super susceptible. Until he has BKB, he's obviously susceptible.
Looks like the Eels is finally done for mid one. So he's got an option to play around. But I always kind of look at the Team Secret lineup as like, okay, well, it's, yeah, the cores, they're not looking fantastic, but you see the amount of net worth which is able to get into the supports. Like Lina, Laguna, you've got Puppey, you can clean out waves as well.
Yeah, but Yapzor is poor.
Yeah,
for Yapzor standards, he is not very farmed right now. He's 1,000 gold behind the enemy Invoker. And this is not Secret's comfort zone.
Like, the Invoker, all he needs to do is, like, he's got enough points in Wex, like, and of course Wex, like, 1 EMP is enough to burn dry most of Team Secret.
Yep. It's a great EMP game. That's, most games are, kind of, but...
They've only got 1 Arcane Boots, and that's on Lina.
Yep. Smoke. Secret want to do something, but it will be without Alchemist. He's still finishing up the BKB.
Look at how many sentry was there planted inside their own jungle, making sure that the stacks are free and there's no vision around them. Who's the target? Like, Alchemist is still farming up, but the bottom tower is being pushed by minions and creep wave. And without that being defended, mineski knows something's awry. Look at the line. They're up here. Draw the line. Yapzor's going to show himself on bottom lane. They're back into farm mode again, Team Secret. Miss out on the kill, so back into farm.
First big item now on Lina. This is the game changer for Lina, getting the lens. Makes your hero so much better. You still got to be careful about your positioning.
Incoming Ice Blast.
Oh.
Zai, Tornado's going to connect. Mid one, Yule Scepter's up, but the Ice Blast still managed to come through. He's going to Yule's up again, and Ogre caught, actually, with the Macropie. They're burning through him. KP can't survive. The Concoction even clipping into Wraith King. But up in the trees, Lashrak is still dead. So a support for a core, and remember that Yapzor's not there. He's down on bottom lane.
Well, it's core for core, right? It's a core ogre.
Yeah, it's true.
And Yapzor's farming. I think
true, could remember that's a core.
That's okay for Secret overall. I think, considering how that fight could have started with the Ice Blast scouting them out.
Is this still okay?
Now it's less okay.
455 gold for Yapzor. He's worth that much? Not a single kill farming the bottom lane, and he's worth 455 gold?
It's a solo kill. Solo killing generally gives really good rewards. Nisha, what you doing?
That was definitely not what you wanted to click.
Sometimes you just gotta stun yourself. It's like when humans poison themselves with alcohol. You just gotta do it.
I'm sorry, are you trying to do like the whole, like I've taken my shots, my immunity shots?
No.
Like if I keep concocting myself, it should have less of an effect when I concoct myself the next time.
True. Alchemy should have a way of building up immunity.
Yeah.
That'd be something. That's basically what status resistance is when you think about it.
Is there actually any ability though, like the more you cast it on yourself, the less effect it would have?
Like logically or actually in the game?
Yeah, like actually in the game or something like that. Ninja Boogie, he's trying to come in for the bounty rune. That's not going to happen. A lot of damage from Zai. He turns for a quick Ice Blast. Still will lose his life.
Not true. There is one.
What is it?
BKB.
True.
BKB.
But that's Wait, hang on. No, that makes it less. Oh, I suppose
Well,
it
you
is
said
less.
it gets less.
It's less effective.
You said if there's anything in the game that the more you use it, the less it does. That's BKB.
Yeah.
So if you consider the BK buff to be poison,
I was thinking that like
you're
when
developing a resistance.
When-
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Puppy.
dead.
Maybe he at least can get Nice Path off, but he's getting stunned up. He's trying to get
he's
it
not
so
dead.
Moon can't move away.
10
Puppy,
HP.
he's gonna live barely. And Zai wants more. Yab's actually hit the Light Strike array on the Invoker. He doesn't see him. He has no idea. Moon will be the one to die. Ragey Potato's coming over from Puppy, but Puppy, he's hiding in the tree line. I think he's worried there's a single point up in Exort. Oh, no, it's this. It's this. The ball of light.
Whee.
It's now safe.
He's like, there it is. I told you boys, there it is.
Yeah, so tips Puppy.
That's true, Puppy. There it was.
Well played.
Yeah. You've got to be careful. You have a lot of responsibility as Tiny in this game right now to not overextend and dive for supports this far in. His team wasn't nearby, so even if that kill is successful, the trade-off is not really in their favor. You see this one misstep is cost them a tier 1 tower bottom. Alchemist is going to get another full item. And what did you really accomplish? Even if you killed the Jakiro, it's not great, right?
They're gonna kill the Leshrac. Spirit Vessel's off doing its work again. They need this kill to happen because they need to refresh that up. And mid one gets hit by the Ice Blast, but Puppy's already back with the Ice Path, locking down Raging Potato in the Macro Pyre. And Nico, he uncertainly really wants to walk across the hot coals because he doesn't know where the rest of Team Secret is. There was being pressure being applied by Beastmaster on bottom lane, but it's just the boars left. Now Singular. Love this Hawk position too. Just on the other side of the tree away, like it's in range of the sentry, but there's no way they can see it. But just lets Team Secret know a little bit more about mineski's movements, and they're going to smoke up and try and play against that. Mid 1 and Zai together. They got a full Solar Crest ready to go. Mid 1's got his Yorset to begin the fight as well. But where's the target?
There it is.
Oh, I'm watching Yapzor as well having his own battle, so Ninja Boogie will end up going down. Support's moving over from Team Secret. Moon, okay, they will get through Yapzor. Great tornado, catching both of them over on the ledge. Nico staying with the 2. Ice Path from Puppy, chaining up the ramp, and now allow Nisha to trigger BKB. He's going for KP as well. The Ice Blast will be able to connect on Nisha, but he's still got the BKB running as he wrecks through another one. Preparing what's he got? Concoction, waiting for Wraithing to come back up again, still caught inside the Ice Path. As Team Secret chain stunning beautifully, giving the space for Nico to fight, Nisha to fight.
We don't have a solution to his BKB right now. So every second of this being used matters. Ninja Booga buying back is not the biggest loss overall. It was a 3 for 2 with a buyback on a position 5, which is very cheap. So not the end of the world here for mineski, but it's good. Yeah, we're going to see the replay here of a kill on Yapzor. Easy avalanche into toss. And this tornado is good, but he doesn't have EMP invoked, I think, so it comes out a little bit later. He doesn't have it until now when he puts it, and it's going to connect on absolutely nobody. And if that one connected on the other 2 heroes and they were out of mana, perhaps this fight would have gone a little bit differently. But Nisha is kind of a one-man wrecking crew at this point that they just don't have the physical damage to deal with, and gets the job done on the Wraith King.
It's been nice to see mineski not fighting at choke point.
I think it's okay that they fight in a choke point, but their hero positioning needs to be better. They need the Wraith King to be in the front, so he's the only viable target for Nisha to go on, and then they need a tornado into EMP, not just a tornado. If they combine their spells well, and AA doesn't get caught to begin the fight, I don't think it's that bad for them.
Great ward mission here from Puppy.
Oh, mid one's fast. He's got boots of travel now. Runs really quickly. Planning up the old school, or well, not old school actually, rather the Sumail build with Yule's, Travels, and Kayayasha for the 550 permanent move speed.
Tornado catching Yapzor, the Ice Blast will be able to connect, and the Spirit Vessel. So Yapzor is totally dead. He's just letting Laguna Blade off and every bit of damage he can possibly throw. The Ice Blast is actually not going to... it's going to shatter him. So a 1-for-1 trade-off, support for core, or let's say 3.5 for 3.
Yep.
Still,
More
both
time.
teams very willing to get in there and get their hands dirty. Moon's got an Aghanim Scepter coming on the Courier at the moment. Just trying to get rid of this Alchemist illusion.
That's a good item against Alchemists. If he gets a damage item next, this Tree Volley is the kind of physical burst that can kill Alch. So maybe we'll see him go for a Daedalus. Although there's suddenly a lot of armor on this elk now.
Look what Niche is going next too. Like,
Heart,
he's going
yeah.
heart, even though he's up against Ancient Apparition and he's got Chemical Rage, he still wants to go for the heart.
Flat HP. There's no percentage-based damage on the Radiant except the Shatter, so if you can tank up hard enough that you outlive the Ice Blast, then you can maybe reset and get your heart regen going. And if you can't, you're still just tanky. So.
Yep. It doesn't take that long to farm it up. Creep wave and a half for Nisha in mid. Cracks his level 20. Here comes the volley.
So much bonus gold for these skeletons. It's really, really nice to play against for Alchemist.
You want to start doing the math?
They picked Wraith King into it. They did give them the possibility to farm these skeleton waves.
Just loving this never-ending ward battle that happens between mineski and Team Secret. And most of it is just happening around this box area. That's anything inside of here. Now, Puppy wants to come back up with his own sentries. He's got 4 ops. He's been stacking this for a very long time. He had 3 wards for the last 5 minutes.
Had a hard time placing them, but they also have Hawks.
Yeah.
So they have a little bit of safety that they can send out into specific areas. And now they can use these 4 wards at once to... Well, that one's not going to stay.
No, it won't. But there's a Gem of Truth sight from Beastmaster, so Zion will at least get rid of everything else that's there. As the smoke maneuver from mineski looking for a target, but they don't want it. Team Secret. Mid one still needs to farm up a little bit more. He's gone BTs. He's focusing on just keeping the lanes pressured out. And considering you do have a Leshrac on your team, like the tier 1 tower still being at like 1437 of health. The top tier 1 tower is injured a little bit more than that, but still standing. Just shows you the fact that Team Secret just can't cross their river. Oh my god, that gold is out of control. 25,000 net worth for Nisha. He's going hard next, and then he's building into the Aghanim Scepter.
He's going to give Lina eggs, I think.
Yeah. Let's give it to Yapzor. I suppose there's anyone else that's actually better for that.
If they have Roshan plans, Jakiro Axe can also be pretty good. Makes it really strong around that area of the map in particular.
How about Leshes?
It's terrible.
I'm actually trying to remember the last time I seen a Leshrac pick up an Aghanim Scepter, and I don't remember that. Moon. Ooh, he blinked him. Concoction will fly. Raging Potato's going to be right behind him. Nisha may have the Chemical Rage for this as the Ice Blast won't be able to hit. And Raging Potato just backing up. It's like neither side really want to force the issue too hard. Nice Ice Blast if Yapzor wants to move for the room, which he does not. Moon will jump in instead, stealing the invis. And that's why sentries come down. mineski very well aware that's there.
Yeah, the game has quieted down a lot, and Secret have made some good progress in the game on their Alchemist.
Oh, rolls over on KP. There's your Laguna Blade. Very minimal damage on an Ogre. He does not care. Everyone's in the D-Ward mission. Nice stun from mid one. Catching Nico. He'll have to burn through the reincarnation first. However, mid one's used almost all of his mana just to do this. Anyone going to force staff to get him away? Ice Blast is coming in. Mid one's right in the middle of it. Cannot outwalk it. Dead for almost a minute, but now it's Nisha's turn. BKB up, beating through KP, trying to get through the Ogre, but he can't do enough, and now Moon will come in. The BKB's one off from Nisha. Moon, perfect timing, tossing back Zai. The Ice Path from Puppy tries to create a little bit of extra space, but it still won't be enough in the Tornado. Puppy, even though he's a flying creature, does not know how to play in high winds. And Jakiro, he will go down, having Raging Potato tossed on top of his head.
Really nice fight from mineski. Secret set them up. They were willing to take a lot of damage on the Leshrac to force out the reincarnation, and then this Ice Blast connecting kind of sets them up for a perfect fight. Quick force staff to get the Ogre away from Alchemist, and he knows when his BKB is running out, he has to yield, backs away, and has to sacrifice 2 heroes, and we see it right here. The moment the BKB is starting to run out, Nisha's out of there. They get the toss back on the Beastmaster. Tree volley, and nice tornado here to finish off that fight, get the extra kill, and their grand prize is Aegis of the Immortal!
It is!
And it's going to go to the Tiny.
And really shows you just how much mid one's damage just isn't there.
His game is rough. And
Yeah.
I, as I've said before, I think he's been a bit too optimistic, I want to say, with his item build.
Oh.
He's fine.
Yeah.
I would have really liked to see some health and magic resistance. Like he has one bracer, which currently in the backpack. But this to me is not the kind of game where you can go for this max move speed build and then take fights at all. Like it's really, really hard. If you get caught by literally anything, you're super vulnerable. Any stun plus Ice Blast, and you almost die. And that's tough conditions to put yourself under. He's finally going to go for a BKB now, which is, I think, is just flat out necessary in this game for him to have to be able to fight. But maybe you could have got this instead of the Kaya, so you get it earlier, or you could have maybe got it instead of upgrading to the full BOTs. It's just a bit of a slower build-up, but as long as he gets there eventually, has the full set of items.
Yapzor is buffed. The level 2 Laguna Blade is online.
Glimmer Cape.
Any kind of level of protection that allows them to play around.
He's got the Aether Lens. It makes it really good for his teammates.
Tornado flies forward. Is there anyone to go with him? Moon could look for the jump, but Zion
He's
is in the neighborhood.
Look how big the Tiny is.
Yeah.
My God.
Just keep growing.
Yeah. When he uses BKB and has Bloodlust, he's going to take up half the screen.
Smoke up from Team Secret. Ninja Boogie and Nico both doing the D-warding, and Ancient Apparition will die very, very quickly. Yapzor still looking for a better target. He actually self-glimmered for some reason. I don't think that was the intention, but they find the target, which is going to be Nico. Something towards the air. Nisha into the back lines, forcing Raging Potato further out. They burn through the reincarnation, but Buyback's already back from the Ancient Apparition. Ice Blast flies forward. Zion's was mid-one again being hit. And this Lashraki just can't catch a break, and Moon wants a little bit more. Put down the macro pyre, create some more space. And with Zai dead and mid-one still pushing up the daisies freshly. Oh, what? Money, money, money!
Ah, yes, the classic 640 gold for pressing a button.
Raging Potato, look at the blade, it's not enough! 45 HP! Nisha, he has to come in, get the concoction, create some more space for the multicast, just keeps continuing, even with the Ice Blast, catching up 3 heroes. Puppy does all he can, but Yapzor's out of mana, nothing more to give. Nisha tries to break 3 with the Manda Style, but KP's there for his own stun, no multicast on that. That into the Glimmer Cape, protection from Yapzor, Ice Blast is coming in. He does not want to get clipped by this.
Wait, what did Invoker just die to? He died to the tier 3 tower. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
It happens.
Yep, that's it.
But still, despite that unnecessary death, really, really good sequence here from mineski. And they are in firm control of the game now. They still have not lost their mid tower, minute 32. And their top tower is also in okay shape. There's just so much map control favoring them, and we're getting to the stage where Alchemist is maxed out. His BKB is now down to 7. And if he doesn't find a big fight sometime soon, the game is only going to get harder.
Yep.
And to me, it really largely boils down to Leshrek's inability to find good fights in this game. If Leshrek could have been a stronger hero in these team fights with confidence, who could have run in with a BKB on, or with just that extra bit of health, could have made a difference, but they are doing a very good job at isolating and killing him with either Tiny or the Wraith King plus Ice Blast, or even the Ogre Stun.
And Moon does it really hard. And you see mid-one, he's trying to get as much farm as he possibly can. Nisha may have to help him out. Moon's moving so slow because he can't trigger his phase boots. And there's no Gem of True Sight. If Yapzor drops a sentry, no, pop him. Raging Potato steals it with a Sunstrike.
Oh, Nisha might have to BKB here.
Oh, he doesn't want it though.
Oh,
Chemical
okay.
Rage and he can walk it off. What's that for?
There was an Ignite that flew like 2,000 range to hit him.
Notice he's actually got the Aghanim's Blessing consumable. This is one of the fun things with the Alchemist. Like,
oh, hang on.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we may have to wait a second. Raging Potato's going to try and start this fight over on Puppy. Moon will jump in, Avalanche Toss, and the Ice Blast. Killing off Puppy, and Nisha has to BKB to TP away to safety. And mid-one, he also knows, run away.
So what about the Ags?
So he starts giving out Aghanim Scepters, but until he consumes it himself, he never actually gets the buff of damage from the Aghanim Scepters. So that's why he's lining himself up. That way he can at least increase his damage, put that cleave to good use. Oh my god, Raging Potato is just following him everywhere. He's the perfect bounty hunter right now.
I think there's more value in giving the Ags to Lina right now, to be honest. I think it's the best thing he can do.
He's already given one to Lina. Yapzor's already got it.
Oh, I see. Never mind. Well, what do you know? Sometimes Alchemist just has more gold than you'd think. What a surprise.
Oh.
Age is out.
Yep. Still all the confidence from mineski. Another Ice Blast is flying forward.
And there's the Tiny Daedalus, by the way. His damage is off the charts. Oh, Nisha kind of... Okay, he got the rune. You need to be careful now as Nisha if you get Ice Blasted. You can probably die to Ice Blast and Tiny alone. if you don't get BKB off for the Avatos combo and then he hits you and uses Tree Volley in a BKB, I think you die. This Tiny is no joke. He even has Bloodlust to work with.
Zai put a hawk up. Zai put a hawk up. He doesn't have one though.
Little piggy.
If Moon, like,
dude, this is so.
Does he feel it? Observers and sentries being planted. He cuts the axes. Glimmer Cape, someone. Yapzor needs to protect him. Laguna Blade out in the Tiny. They want to kill him off quickly with the Ice Blast. Man, Yapzor's hitting so hard. He'll find the kill. They get through Moon. Worth 500, but everyone's going to catch up for a chill. Nisha almost dodging it with the Mana Style. He dodges the damage output. Puppy's the one that's burnt dry. Still got 10-1 charges available. The battle for the tier 1 tower. The buffed up catapults doing their work.
Moon was not expecting that many heroes there, you could tell. Oh, he would have definitely BKB'd that. Or, you know, not gone for it to begin with. He actually had the time to react and blink away, but he blinked into the Beastmaster, chasing for that kill. Yapzor? He's not going to be engaged on for now. There's no dust on Invoker. So,
Now
he knows.
And Nisha's still behind him. Like, without that burst damage from Moon, they're probably not feeling the same level of confidence. Mid-one's wrapping around.
He's got 10-second BKB.
They're actually looking for this fight to get in behind the tier 1 tower to force the issue. He'll turn on the Pulse Nova, hasn't burned the BKB. Your Scepter, he'll dodge a little bit of the Ice Blast. Now he's going to BKB instantly the second he hits the ground. Laguna Blade into the Invoker, but still not going to bring him down. Moonspot back. He'll jump forward, killing off mid-one. My god, he cannot catch a break. As Wraith King stuns up. Sunstride's going to look good. Split the damage between Puppy as well as Nisha. Ice Path as well as Macropie. Slowed it down. Puppy will complete the TP away to safety. Moon slow on the avalanche. Didn't see him. That's the reason why.
He's okay. He may have to BKB if he doesn't Manta.
I think Zai's actually got the bottom tier 2 tower with all this. Fortification and Raging Potato's looking for him. But they're still slowing things down. So Alchemist, by the way, has the Heart, Radiance, Manta, AC, BKB. Hasn't given the Aghanim's buff over to anyone else
He gave one to Beastmaster.
Oh, that's true, he did. He gave it to Beastmaster.
Yep.
I was like wondering, like, is all the money still there?
So now Zai has 0 cooldown axes. As soon as they return, he can throw them again, and then again.
So this is the delay element, right? Like, it's just the never-ending wave clear. Nothing should go high ground against Team Secret.
It's wave clear, but it's also the fact that the wild axes stack, right? The damage amp stacks up, so Zai will eventually start hitting really hard, and he's working toward a BKB so that he can just go in, throw axes, keep hitting people with spamming and stacking these axes up.
Is this like the better version of Shadow Demon now? If it works that way?
Very different. Okay. Moon has to not die.
Yeah.
That is the key for mineski. He cannot make a mistake like he did before, where he gets caught out or kind of catches himself out. Because if Tiny's on the sidelines, Secret will feel really confident.
Hey, look, a double damage rate while Roshan's alive.
Yep. Team
Secret are going to smoke up. 4 heroes together. Alchemist, the only one who has to keep on farming up. But the box has already been drawn up.
Oh, this would be really good if... Oh, he's... Okay.
The Observer Sentry. They, because they tree tossed, Team Secret know there's vision on the hillside. They will not move into this now. Won't stop Raging Potato from still poking around. Fresh Observer and Sentry to be dewarded. It's the Gem of Truce out of Ogre. There's 2 of them to go through, of course. But yeah, look at it. They don't want it. Team Secret are farming up. Mid one still needs more work to do.
That's an Aegis, then.
Yep. I should see Lestrak going in for Yasha. I thought he would still try and tank it up a little bit more, but he's not giving up on this move speed.
Look how fast they kill this. It's without activating the DD on Tiny. Just blowing it up with Alacrity and the Solar Crest. Cheese in the pit. Gonna give it to Ogre.
KP.
That was very important for mineski to avoid this initial smoke from Secret. Get the D-ward, make Secret think twice about it and back off and sacrifice the Roche.
Mid one, get out of there. The fast movement speed Invoker's right behind him. Did you see move into the trees? He's pinging.
He's going to be forced to BKB here.
Yeah, he'll have to BKB TP. But he's waiting it out. He's realized that something's not quite right. And now, well, he's wasting as much time as possible. But woo! Okay, BKB doesn't protect you from that much physical damage.
It was like mid one couldn't decide. He had no TPs ready, did he?
No, he had boots of travel.
Travels were ready the whole time?
Yeah, he tried to use them at the end.
Okay. If they were ready the whole time, I think the moment you get Ghost Walk there, you have to BKB TP out. Of course his team is going to show up, and you have no other out than doing that. So, an extra kill, and they're going to be extra happy that he popped BKB too. That's a second off a valuable item. Yeah, man, this has not been mid-one's game. That's just fact.
Third Aghanim has been given over, by the way. Jakira's got it, but yet the catch out. Yapsor currently with a Spirit Vessel on him. Ice Pass trying to keep everybody away. The Avalanche will be able to connect. Yapsor, he can't force stuff. He's trying to play from inside the corner. Gets a quick Laguna Blade. Set up and towards the air thanks to the Tornado, but he'll die. And now is dead for 70 seconds.
I feel like Invoker should have a dust. There's been a couple of situations now where that would have come in handy.
Hey, are you ready? Are you ready? Macropire.
Oh, I thought, am I ready for the tower?
Oh,
I'm ready for the
Macropire.
tower.
And the jump into the back puppy. Oh, the Ice Bar's going to come in. Nisha inside. They're both grouped up again. The Axis will fly forward, but they have to walk through the Macropire. Nico, I think he's happy to die right now. Let that reincarnation burn, especially if they can keep getting more of these kills. Puppy's already down.
Instant dieback for Jakiro.
Yep.
Tower's down, they still have Aegis.
KP looking for the stun. Nisha just preemptively with Amanda style, trying to keep him away and let his illusions do the work. Rax is still being kept up, but now you don't have the Macropire forever and, well, no Jakira for a while.
And no Chemical Rage. Alchemist is super exposed right now.
What's that, mid one is just not wanting to get involved either. He's actually BKBing, he was worried. Moon's coming in. Fortification still available here from Team Secret if they do want to buy a little bit more time. But Nisha caught inside the Tornado EMP, tries to dodge the mana burn with the Mana Style, but it won't work. So the mid-ranks is gone. And, well, Alchemist consuming mangoes to get back on this front line as quick as he can.
Dude, his attack speed.
That's ridiculously good.
Bloodlust Alacrity. Dung dung.
Nico wants to go to work again. Alchemist quickly stunned up. A really great stun from mid one, catching out the two. Yamsa wants a big follow-up with Laguna Blade. They can only get the one kill as the Aegis Immortal of Moon. The follow-up stun into Lena didn't allow him to get anything else off, and with the jump forward and the roll, maybe they have enough to get through mid one. mineski rampaging themselves forward. Nisha has nothing more in the tank. He's trying to be pushed away to safety back onto the tier 4 towers, but he can't tank through all of this. Dead for 100 seconds. I'm just not seeing the way out here from Team Secret. They can go for tier 4 towers now, mineski. They know there's no buybacks available. Actually, they don't know on the Alchemist. He's short by 300 gold. However, this is rapidly changing.
Let's look at these towers.
Yeah. Oh, you mean look at him go? Look at him die?
Look at him die.
Oh, even Zai being stunned and controlled. Ragey Potatoes has had a great time on this Invoker. Such a great start, but that's GG. 43 minutes in, this game at least was more than twice the length of the last game, and mineski showing that things can go right for them, especially against one of the top teams.
This has got to feel so good for a couple of reasons. First of all, you get a win against Secret, which